Hey everyone, let's see how many people. Wow, already 23 people here. Dear God, let me see if this popped up over there yet. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, we'll see if Rumble wants to do Rumble things. Anywho, well, if somebody could do me a favor and just comment something, I think we may have a issue of me not seeing comments, which could just be absolutely terrific. Maybe. There we go. Okay, awesome. We're doing another one of these where for some reason it's not showing it on my screen. So we're going to have to do the overlay and we'll make it work. That's not working, which is fine. All right. So we're here to watch the Rage Girl Radio, the story that she tried to spin after being convicted. Not shocked. Let's see here. Share. Maybe I've gone blind. It is on its way. I'm not going to lie. Me going blind. It's right around the corner. There we go. Actually, let me bring up chat anyway. All right, so we're just going to start this just so you guys know. It's like an hour and 4 minutes long. When we get tired of watching it, we'll hop off. All right, let's just go and do this.
With that, let me put this closer so you can see my face. Hey, the last time I audited was a little over a year ago on August 28th, 2023. And it's taken a year.
Wait a minute. So only members things are popping up. Well, I think we can change that. So give me just a second. Let me do some crazy things in the background for a second. Okay, you've had enough. Yeah, that's how I feel about her voice in general. Let's see here. Oh, you heard that DMA is going to jail. Isn't that tragic? Oh, yeah, that's that's the greatest thing ever. I can't say it's tragic. All right, let's see here. It says anyone can participate. Slow mode is on. Yeah, we should be good. Is she recording by candlelight? Now non-members are popping up occasionally. What the fuck? Yeah, it's being weird over here on my end for whatever reason. But we shall go ahead with this. Also, I'll bring it up when she decides to stop and get closer. But we got something big to talk about.
For me to get to this point, to get to the hearing. And over this whole year, it's been them continuing and moving us from one place to another. And so I told you guys I would go live after court. So that's what I'm doing. I look like shit because, first of all, I was eating ice cream and my...
Yeah, Ron, it's because I'm, for some reason, always trying to play this at like the best quality possible. And there's no need to play it at the best quality possible. Oh, God. Let's see what else we got. Hendry's in jail, yes, which is just absolutely amazing. All right, now we're going to try to play it at, a shit quality.
My favorite kind is peanut butter cup. I don't know if it was expired or what, but like it was frozen and I bit on it and it cracked my eye tooth. And it cracked my eye tooth and loosened it. And after 2 weeks, it pulled right out and it hit the front of my teeth too. And of course, my dentist can't see me for a freaking month. So I'm dealing with that. So just ignore this bullshit.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think her teeth were so messed up. She ate some random ice cream and it fucked them up further. Because I'm going to be honest, what is a Reese cup ice cream doesn't do that to teeth.
So yeah, I went to court today, and I wanted to tell you guys about it because I think it's really important that you hear everything. I'm gonna try to remember everything that was said. It was a lot of fucked up shit. So get ready. Um, okay, so from the time I got into the courtroom, I could tell that everyone was biased against me, the entire courtroom. Like every police officer in that room, every person working court, judge, just everybody. Except like this one chick in there that was, she wasn't like the clerk of courts, but just the chick that like goes around and makes sure everything's moving smoothly and the judge is getting everything she needs. But so yeah, I have been charged with disorderly conduct and trespassing, even though I was never asked to leave PennDOT. But so I was put on stand by my lawyer, and I was asked questions, and when I would answer them, the judge would fight for the prosecutor's side. The judge was like telling them things to say and questioning me herself. See, I lost a jury trial, and I think that's where this whole thing got totally fucked up. Because if I had a jury trial, the judge, the people, the bias in the court could have never happened. And
She said she has already lost a jury trial. So her saying this wouldn't have happened at a jury trial. I would have done better. I would have done better at a jury trial. You already lost a jury trial, so that's why you're here.
the jury and people don't like to see a judge siding with the prosecutor from second one. I had the video. You guys have watched it more than once, a lot of you. And it's so fucked up. I can't even believe it. I cried the whole way home. Like, auditors are trying really hard. Well, I was trying really hard to make a difference. And it did absolutely nothing except fuck up my life. I wouldn't tell anyone to start auditing because all of us, including me, I said it when I was auditing in my videos, and a lot of other people say it too. Just pick up your camera. Just pick up your cell phone and turn on your camera and start filming. No, that's not what you should do because that's what I did. And now I have 6 months probation and I have 2 criminal charges of trespassing and disorderly conduct. When you guys have seen the video, and I did neither of those 2 things. And it was so fucked up because when I'm on stand, I mean, we watched my whole video, and I thought the judge would see how horribly I was treated by the police, by Pennsylvania State Police. And that's when it, like, sunk in that, like, I live in one of the most fucked up states, commonwealths, that don't give a shit about rights and don't give a shit about the Constitution. And it makes me feel powerless and helpless and angry. I feel very angry. But most of all, I guess I feel like heartbroken because I never did it for views and likes. Like, yeah, all that was great. Of course it's great. Any human is gonna love 1,000,000 views and 1,000,000 subs and 1,000,000 likes. Of course that's gonna be awesome. But that's not why I did it. It never was. And I hope you guys can see that and know that.
Yeah, I think we all must have missed that. That seems to be the only reason she started doing this. Oh, just pick up a camera. Just pick up a camera. Sorry, I did that in a silence boy voice. Yeah, no, you're just a dumbass. 1,000%. She did this because it seems like she's flopped everything she's done in her whole life, and it's led her to where every other degenerate scumbag always ends up into frauditing, where you just have to harass enough people and put it on the internet, and maybe you get paid, maybe you don't, but at the end of the day, you'll always catch charges. But she's, oh no, it's a conspiracy. The jury doesn't like to see the judge side with, well, if you record yourself breaking the law, yeah, they're going to love everyone dogpiling you. That's just what it is.
yeah, I'm gonna cry again because I'm a human. And I feel like shit, man, because I went through everything I went through. And nobody gave a shit.
All right, because I'm going to have to try to catch these. Oh, Chris Kelling for $5. I did not see what it said because I can't even watch my own stream on my phone and read the chat correctly. It's not even giving me that option. But Chris, thank you for the $5.
The judge didn't care. The judge didn't care about the Constitution. She told me that me filming in PennDOT is not a constitutionally protected activity. She told me that I don't have rights to just do whatever I want, even though I explained to her over and over that like I only go, I don't go in restricted areas. I'm just in lobbies, corridors, entrances. I'm freedom of press according to the Pennsylvania Constitution, according to Article 1, Section 7. We have freedom of press rights. The Pennsylvania Constitution was the first one that was.
Now, if I recall, it was something that Mark Stout just beat Sean Paul Reyes, where they don't consider this being part of the press, but as part of free speech, if I'm remembering this correctly. So, shocker, oh God, I forgot how many things she's tried to turn her channel into. She tried to turn it into a frauditing channel, an ASMR channel, a sex talk channel, and now she's back to frauditing when she's failed at everything else. But it's like, you just keep failing and failing and failing. It's nobody's fault. Don't bring the Constitution that you don't know. Don't bring it into law because you don't know it. Just accept the consequences of your actions. She's a great frauditor because she has the fraud at wine down cold. Yeah, 1,000%.
Was made before the federal Constitution, and that shit should matter. And when I explained that to the judge, that this is freedom of press, that this matters, that any citizen should be allowed to gather content for a story, should be able to see where their taxes go, should be.
She literally sounds exactly like Sean Paul Reyes.
Be able to look into any government building that our taxes pay for. Why wouldn't we have that right? Well, I understand today. In the middle of the court case, it's I think it was right before we broke before lunch, around like 1 o'clock, and all of a sudden she says, "Do we know where her camera is?" And I'm like, "It's in my purse." And she's like, "I want to see it. I want to make sure it's off right now." And I'm like, "Okay." And then she said, "Who was that sitting with you?" And I said, "That's my boyfriend." And she said, "Well, I want to see his phone too." And he was about to say, "No, you're fucking not. Like, you have no authority over me. I broke no law. I'm sitting here as support for this person that you're berating and calling." The judge called me mentally ill and laughed.
I can see it. The judge called her mentally ill. I can see it. This is going to be me being Chris Ryder for a second. Put a 1 in the chat if you think she's mentally ill like the judge thinks. Tweaker teeth is her problem. She has a boyfriend. I thought it was her fiance. It was her fiance months and months ago. Boyfriend, i.e. victim. Yes, 1,000%.
The prosecutor and the police officer sitting on the other side that were fucked up, and that my little audit doesn't do shit. It's not news gathering, that being inside PennDOT and videotape, filming, recording is not constitutionally protected activity. It's not part of the Constitution. It's not part of our rights. We have no right to do it. And that I'm mentally ill. And then when I was getting sentenced, after she charged me guilty of, it went from 5 charges to 2. So that's good. But it went from disorderly conduct, fighting, which the first judge dropped a long time ago, almost a year ago. And it went from trespassing, defiantly trespassing, interrupting a meeting, and a regular disorderly conduct charge. And in 1 year, I got taken down to 2 charges, which was the disorderly conduct and trespassing. And the judge charged me on both counts. Now I have 6 months probation. I'm 46 years old. I haven't gotten in. I have 12 years sober from heroin this month.
I actually talked to somebody in the chat about this. I'm gonna make sure I'm not muted. I talked to somebody in the chat about this. She says 12 years sober. She's giving me like 12 minutes sober vibes. Okay. You sent me an email that I need to see regarding this trespass. I will look at it right now. Yeah, they keep dropping the charges. You know, they got her 2. I think we all want to see these guys in jail because at the end of the day, they're recording themselves breaking the law. But according to a few people, DMA and Taco Terry are starting to just say, give me the max because I don't want to get a job and I don't want probation. So give me the max sentence in jail that you can, which I think is hilarious because who would say, yes, I want to do more time in jail so that I can continue harassing people in public? Like, what kind of life is that? Okay. She specified sober from heroin, not everything else. Makes sense.
On October 29th, 12 years sober. None of this shit mattered to her. She didn't she took me last, of course. She made me wait all day from 9 a.m. till whenever our court ran till 4:30. But the whole thing was fucked up. And in the middle of it, she asked to see my phone, and then she asked to see my fiance's phone, and made this chick that like worked for her in the courtroom, the bailiff, I guess it was. I don't know. She had the bailiff come, and the bailiff put her hands in my bag and pulled my phone out and pushed it and made sure it wasn't on, and then did the same thing to my fiance and said, give me your phone. And he didn't know what to do because he didn't want to fuck it up for me any more than it already was. So he gave him his phone and showed that neither one of our phones was on. And she even asked to see my lawyer's phone and make sure that none of us were illegally recording a courtroom, which we could go to jail for. Why would we do that?
Why would you do that? Let me make myself semi-big for a second. Why would you record a court case illegally? Because all of your friends do it. All of the people you hold as mentors, they do it. Everyone in your movement tries to do it. And I know she's going to go off the sovereign citizen bus at some point here because I did watch a little bit of this and then I was kind of talking shit to her in the comment section. But most sovereign citizens try to record in court. That's kind of like their whole thing. They try to secretly record so that they can play it back later, edit out the good bits that the judge and prosecutor put, and then go, oh, they were doing this illegally, just like she is now. Yeah, your idols have caused that kind of treatment in court, 1,000%. She needs to go to a meeting. You mean you think she would rather, or you think she should go to a meeting instead of sitting on YouTube by candlelight making up conspiracy theories? No way. No way. That almost seems helpful.
It made no fucking sense. None of it did. And I feel like, what was the point of me auditing for 5 months? What did it do?
Nothing.
I don't know. And I know you don't want to see me cry, but I'm really emotional because, like, I just don't get it. I don't get why no one else but us cares about our rights. I don't know why no one else but us.
More rights. More rights. She's 40. I believe she said 46. And she seems to be going down the broken system, broken trust path of life. She's going to end up being damn near 50, living out of a shithole motel, a shit grill, aka teeth, and then trying to blame the world for her problems instead of taking responsibility for her own actions. Oh, skinny green puppies. You mean people like Jeremiah Payne? I would love to see the court transcripts. God, I can't comment in the chat because of how this is all going currently. So I'm just going to try to read them as I see them. Sheets cashier in her future. Yeah. Victoria B. Never mind. Going to be harder to get a job now. Yes, exactly. Exactly. They were already on their last legs. Like, you don't start frauditing when you're in a good place in life. You're always like bottom of the barrel, last leg. I'm going to audit and try to do something, maybe get a couple bucks. Making her go last isn't a violation of moral rights. It's an efficient use of judicial resources. Accurate. The dildo of consequences arrives unlubed. Yes. But yeah, she's put herself in this position and then is crying, "Oh, I don't know how I got in this position." You did it to yourself.
Us cares about the Constitution, and that law enforcement is supposed to follow the fucking law, not their feelings, because that's what I got arrested for, being kind of disorderly. Then it was disorderly conduct fighting, disorderly conduct, trespassing, defiantly trespassing. It's bullshit. And I'm really upset. And how the fuck I'm on probation now for 6 months. Guess what's a part of it? No auditing. I've also been banned from the Ben Salem PennDOT. I can never.
Rooster Cogburn. Oh my God. It was like those damn tyrants processing driver's license. Oh no. She's very well educated. Yeah, 1000%.
Go back there again in my life. Even though I was arrested on the public sidewalk out in front. Here, let me turn a light on so you can see my face and you're not.
No, please don't.
Can you see me okay, or is it shitty? I look like shit. I'm sorry. Yes, I still smoke cigarettes.
Negative Chris Ryder for $5. What she meant to say is she's far from a heroine. Yes. Maybe it's her that doesn't understand or follow the law. Just a thought. It seems like more and more frauditors and sovereign citizens are like, "Oh, the judge is doing this. The judge is doing this." And the prosecutor, the defense attorney, the appellate court, they all agreed with me or with them. It's like, well, then maybe you're just wrong. It's the if everyone is calling you an asshole, maybe you're just the asshole. That's what this is. If you keep telling everyone that they don't know the law, but then the law keeps ruling against you, maybe it's just you that doesn't understand the law.
I'm like all out of sorts. I look like shit. It's been a really long day and it's been really hard. And I don't understand what we're supposed to do. How are we supposed to fight this system that is biased against us? Because the entire courtroom was biased against me. From the judge to every single cop in that room, to the prosecution, to every single person in that courtroom hated me. They hated what I did. They hated my video. They hated us. They hate my YouTube channel. They don't consider, I said I was gathering content for a story because I did 8 PennDOTs altogether. I only got arrested at 1, this last one. The 7 PennDOTs before that, I never got arrested. I never thought, that would happen. But, yeah, so court sucked. And I got charged, and now I have 6 months probation, and now I have 2 criminal charges on my record when I have 12 years sober this month. So, the judge repeatedly called me mentally ill. And then I said, well, yeah.
If the loony bin, if the straight jacket fits, you kind of have to wear it. So, like, only somebody, this is going to be crazy, only somebody who has something mentally wrong with them chooses to do this. Nobody in their right mind decides, I'm going to go harass people processing driver's license so that I can get like 5 people to watch my channel on YouTube. Nobody in their right mind does that. When they know, oh yeah, I'm going to go do this and it's going to eventually come with several charges and convictions. Nobody in their right mind does that.
I'm in mental health treatment because I'm bipolar. And she looked at the judge, she looked at the prosecutor, and she looked at the cop that arrested me and said, see? And laughed because I'm mentally ill for auditing. She said I have a...
Well, it seems like the judge was correct on this one. She needs to go out in a helmet. Accurate. Glenn Harlow, super chat for $1.99. She is in denial. Yes. She is swimming up the river of denial.
Stupid little channel on YouTube that means nothing, and that I created a almost like a terroristic, this like crazy ass. I don't even know. I created this.
Ed, that's one of the. You can do anything you want if you're 12 years sober. That's what it seems like. If you're 12 years sober, you can just break whatever law you want and record yourself doing it, and there just should be no consequences, as per Rage Girl Radio.
Huge situation, even though I'm not the one who refused service to everyone and shut PennDOT down. Just avoid. Don't look at my teeth. I have a dentist appointment as soon as possible, which is in like 3 weeks. So just deal with it. They're getting.
I don't want to like make fun of her teeth. Are they shitty because of drugs? 1000%. But the fact that she's trying to play them off like, oh yes, the entire tooth department of my face is messed up because I ate some expired Reese ice cream 2 days ago. Like, that's not how fucked up teeth work. Ask Broken System, Broken Trust. It was the meth.
Fix. So no, it's not meth. What fucking haters say. No, I'm not doing drugs. I have 12 years sober. But anyways, it was fucked up, and it's like, if we can't trust them and we can't exercise our rights, then where the fuck are we? Like, what the fuck are we supposed to do if every fucking pig is against us and they're all biased? It was like me going.
Glenn Harlow for $1.99. Can't do the time, don't do the crime. It's really that easy. Like, do you know how many times I've gone out in public and thought, you know what I should do? I should spark up a live stream and record myself breaking the law. That has never once crossed my mind. Because I know the consequences of recording myself breaking the law and then putting it on YouTube. What she's currently dealing with is the consequences. But for some reason, she's trying to do this weird spin where it's not her fault for breaking the law on camera.
Up against the entire Pennsylvania state in that courtroom. That's what it was like. So it sucked. I don't know what to fucking do now. Like, do you know how much it was financially draining to have a lawyer who lives 5.5 hours away drive here for, this was, I believe, the 8th, like, hearing out of continuations and out of all that shit, and getting like reprocessed and like a million different things happening, and it just sucked. And it's like, I don't understand how I'm supposed to fight anymore. And I wanted this to be like
I would, for $1.99, I would love to give you my email, but like I said, I physically, there's not even a bar for me to type into currently on my on my computer. So I would love to send it, but I physically cannot.
My time to come back, because I felt like I was good at it. And when I looked at it, I felt stupid and embarrassed because I didn't know the law. And I sounded dumb. And in the last year, I've studied the law so much. I know so much more about it now than I did. And I shouldn't.
She studied law for a year. And because of that, she is now more knowledgeable than the prosecutor, the defense attorney, and the sitting judge. Let that sink in.
I've been auditing with that limited amount of law knowledge. I shouldn't have. But I listened to Long Island Audit. I listened to San Joaquin Valley Transparency and all these big channels that said, pick up your camera. Sorry, just eat. Pick up your camera, join the movement. Like, just do it. Don't just do it, because you're going to end up like me with a criminal record. You can't live in the suburbs anymore because no one's going to rent to a criminal, and you get moved to like fucking Junkie Central in Allentown. So if you want to audit, that's what you're going to get, and that's for you.
Yeah,
So
you can send them
I don't know
my
what to
email.
say. I used to say the same thing. Just pick up your camera. I don't know. So what's up with you guys?
I'm going to tell you guys. Oh, hold on. David E. Persons, for 6 months, she does not have the right to harass or trespass. For some reason, these people think that if they're simply holding a camera, aka a cell phone, this lets you do whatever you want, wherever you want, go behind any door you want, go into any private building you want, because reasons. Like there's no real reason for anything they do. I'm just going to tell you guys this right now. If you guys want to spark up a live stream walking down the sidewalk and talk to your friends that show up, go for it. If you want to stream in your backyard, go for it. Your neighbor's backyard, if they tell you you can, go for it. I will never tell you guys. You know what you should do? You should run up to a place where you don't belong and jam a camera in everyone's face and just start swearing at them and then refuse to leave. I'm never going to tell you to do that because it's how you get charges. It seems like Long Island Audit was like, yeah, do this so that I can have more criminal friends. Like it's just not something I would do.
Howard, I really wanted to start again. I really did. But now I can't because it's part of my probation that I can't. Surprise. Surprise. Like, why did I think the judge would feel me? Why did I think she would feel? I just don't get it. I don't get it. They were biased to begin with, and it sucks. I'm sorry for crying. I've cried so many freaking times, but I haven't in like a year because I haven't gone live in forever, and I haven't done audits in forever, and I thought this was gonna go a different way. I thought that, I don't know, I thought that my lawyer would get me out of this, or that the judge would actually believe in the law and the Constitution, and that law enforcement enforce, the law. But I guess that was my bad, huh? So, I don't know. What do I do now? If I audit and I get arrested, I go to jail. So I can't do that. And I wanted to make a difference. And when I told the judge that I wanted to make a difference, that I wanted to change the world, that I wanted to help change the, government agencies and get people to understand what our rights are, have people think, have people question.
You don't know what your rights are. There's the first problem with your whole thing. What you should do, go get a job, pay your taxes. You're making a difference. Thank you. Thank you. That's some people, that's all they can do. And that's where she needs to be.
Question things, and more people stand up for their rights because it's we the people and it's all of us. And if all of us don't fight, then our rights will just start going away. I mean, most people can't drive by a cop and give them the finger or tell them to fuck off.
Wait, J Car, you mean you actually protested for real things and not some mail carrier just taking in people's packages? That's crazy. I thought it would go a different way because you were delusional and you believe in fairy tales and idiot grifters. Yeah, she fell for the grift. She fell so hard for the grift that she tried to become a grifter. She just wasn't good at it. Berto Bob, what's up? Civil rights, constitutional rights, civil liberties, all different. It's just so crazy. She's a recent frauditor. What did she do before this? Well, from what it seems like, she was I don't want to say scumbag, but it seems like she lived a pretty loserish life prior to this.
Even though that's free speech, but you'll get your ass arrested for that, or all of a sudden you'll get pulled over and your whatever will be wrong, and I don't know.
Okay, can you get pulled over for flipping off a cop? You can, but you're not supposed to. But what I suggest, because I see it fucking all the time now, if you're going to flip off a cop, you better not be doing anything else. Your tags better be up to date. You better have a license plate. You better not be speeding. You better not turn on red. You better use your turn signal. Like, there's no reason to draw attention to yourself if you're already fucking up?
I don't even know. It's so fucked up, I don't even know what to think or do about it. And it just, this whole thing made me feel defeated and beat down. And for a judge to side with the prosecution and fight for them and question me, the judge questioned me, not the prosecution. The judge started questioning me and asking questions, and she's not supposed to do that. But I had a jury trial to begin with. I had a jury trial. But magically, the judge dropped the jury trial to take my cases down to summary offenses, so that with summary offenses, you don't get a jury. Because if I had a jury in there today, things would have gone, the judge wouldn't have called me mentally ill. She wouldn't have laughed back and forth with the prosecution and with the cop that arrested me. And this is why cops arrest people and don't give a fuck. Why should they? Because then they go to court and the judge says, you can do whatever you want. And I explained to her, you have the wrong opinion of me. You're saying that you know me. And you can ask me any question you want right now, and I'll tell you who I am. I'll tell you why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. I'm trying to make the world a better place, and I'll find a better way to do it. And yeah, I made a lot of fucking mistakes. I just picked up my camera and did it like everybody asked me to. And without any knowledge of the law, and it was stupid, and I don't know. I don't know what to do now. So, yes. We're going to appeal. My lawyer's putting the appeal in tomorrow. We'll appeal the charges. We'll appeal. I mean, how do we fight a biased judge when she has last say and last rule? Like, is it even worth appealing? Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And I really thought, like, this would be my comeback to auditing. Because I was really good at it. Like, I don't know. There's not that many chicks that do it, and I felt proud to be one of them. Alright, so now I'm going to talk to you guys.
So she's mad at the judge for reading the laws of that state and going, yep, you broke the laws of Pennsylvania. Sorry, do better next time. She's mad at that. I just can't wrap my head around it. Oh, there's not many females doing it. Yes, because the community normally ends up in prison. And turns out a lot of females don't want to go to prison over like $3. Because more than likely that's what she gets on her video. So it's like, that's not a good exchange rate. Like Sean Paul Reyes probably makes a few $1,000s per video. So maybe to him, I'm going to put out this video and I'm going to spend weeks, months talking about it, make $10,000, $20,000, put in a plea deal. Maybe that's worth it for him. But if for her over like $3, it's not worth it.
Learn your rights, first of all. Well, honey, I audited for 5 months straight. And I thought I understood our rights. I thought our constitutional rights were the law. But apparently the Constitution is dead.
Ignorant ass statement.
It wasn't stupid. Lawyers are not your friend. Well, my lawyer was my friend. Hired by Delete Laws. Appeal is a different judge. Okay. Thank you, Victoria, because yes. I mean, if it's a different judge, then hell yeah, let's appeal it. You watched my audit. Thank you, Jimmy Joe. You watched my audit and I did nothing wrong. I agree.
Yes, me. She is audited for 5 months. Give her a degree. Oh, yeah, Dawn. We talked about that at the beginning. Craig is back in the old clink. Cerebral tackle for $5. I'm good with it. Carolina in Fort Worth has entered the chat. She's, oh, my Lord. Let me go on my phone so I can read the rest of that comment. I can read comments all day. Just can't comment. Carolina in Fort Worth has entered the chat. She's drooling, but has entered the chat. Good times. Good times that lady is. The lawyer will keep taking money for this? Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you mean you want to appeal? Yeah. Are you going to pay me? Yes, I will definitely appeal it for you. Yeah, she's so dense. The judge tried telling her the laws and she's just close to hearing it. Because these people think they're the end all be all of legal knowledge, even though they, regularly get convicted and then go, oh, hey, I know the law better than this judge, even though I Googled this law one time.
The judge said, I raised my voice to the officer. She said, you do not speak to a state trooper that way. You do not talk down to him. You do not give him no respect. That's not how you talk to an officer. Well, that's how I talk to a pig. Oh, and she knew that this officer drove my car. And it wasn't parked in PennDOT. It was parked in front of a marijuana dispensary next to PennDOT, like 10 stores down.
It must
right?
suck being allergic to reality.
And she said, what? This officer drove your car from PennDOT to the police station as a favor to you, and you're upset about it because he had no warrant? I'm like, isn't that how the fucking law works? That in order for a police officer to search and or drive a car that's not even a traffic stop, they don't...
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, driving a vehicle, I mean, I wouldn't get behind the wheel for a car. I would have just let it get towed. But driving a car from A to B and thoroughly searching the car, I believe, are two different things. Brokey with no teeth calling somebody a pig. I love that you just said brokey. Broken system, broken trust. You have Rage Girl's number asking for a friend.
Don't need a fucking warrant? Are you serious? The judge said this. The judge felt cool that motherfucking pig drove my car from a strip mall to the police station while I was in handcuffs in the back of his car, and he told me, if I let you go back to that property, that would be trespassing. So I gotta drive your car from the strip mall to the police station. And the judge said he was doing me a favor. And every time I tried to talk back to her, she told me to shut the fuck up because
she's the fucking judge and she can. That's what judges do. So this is what's kind of bothering me. It looks like she's been chewing on shit-covered gravel for, I don't know, at least 20 years. But she has the confidence to call an officer a pig. Like, know your place. I believe her name's Jessica. Like, Jessica, know your place.
She didn't ask me a question. It was crazy. It was crazy. And I wish I could have filmed it. I wish I could have. I would have never, ever. She acted like I was going around like, I don't know.
And that statement is why the judge made sure your phone was off. Because the fact that you said, I wanted to record it. Come on. And Brutal Bob, yeah, I would have towed it. 1,000%. I'm taking you to jail. I'm going to arrest you. It's going to take some time to process you, get you bond. That car is going to get towed 1,000%. Especially if you go back and say, hey, that car belongs to somebody in jail currently. It's going to be here for a minute. Do with that what you will. Nobody's going to want a random car. I'm going to assume it's a shit box sitting outside even a marijuana dispensary. Was it in front of a marijuana dispensary? Who knows? But nobody's going to want a shit box parked in front of a private business for an extended amount of time when you don't know they're actually going to go. Judge should have let her record. There wouldn't be a single shut the fuck up the entire hearing. Yeah. Did you catch some for public safety disease? Is she immune from the truth? These people are crazy.
No. My lawyer brought up she wasn't after private information. If she ever posted private information on her YouTube channel, that would be a crime and she would go to jail. She's not going to do that. When she edits her videos, she makes sure and is positive that there is no personal information on any video. And the judge said, well, how am I supposed to believe that? You're just saying it. And I said, Your Honor, I can pull up every single video I've ever made right now and show you right here. And she said, I've had enough of you speaking to me. And that was it. And that was hours and hours and hours. They played my video, they chopped it up a million times and played it a million different ways and made me look awful. And I thought about it like, okay, Bucks County, Pennsylvania is the richest county in Pennsylvania, right? So of course, it's all going to end up being about money, right? So Bucks County, that prosecutor had to put this whole case together, which is hours and hours of her time and we the people's time, right? Like it. And when
who is this we? Who is this we that frauditors are always talking about? Because I know she's not talking about us. We are in complete agreement with what the judge ruled on. So I don't know why she keeps trying to like talk to Karen and be like, we the people. No. You, the person, disagrees with the judge. We, the people, wish she could have sent you to prison. Like, come on now.
When my lawyer was asking the officer, why did you arrest her on a public sidewalk in front of PennDOT? She said she wouldn't go back in PennDOT. She told you she wouldn't. So why didn't you just leave her there and let her do her thing and peacefully protest on a public sidewalk? And he had no answers. And as my lawyer was asking the arresting officer questions on stand, the judge kept getting in the middle of it, in between the questions my lawyer was asking the officer, and putting her own 2 cents in, and telling my lawyer whether she didn't believe him or me, or she didn't buy my stories, and it was fucked up and it was crazy. And
is Frauded Palooza still happening on Saturday? To my knowledge, let me go check John Felak's page. I know he's into that shit. Let's see the community posts from this guy. 3 days ago, it says, see you Saturday, call for tickets for Audit Palooza 2024. Audit Palooza Cooking Competition Champion 2024. He made and got an engraved, it looks like spatula for a cooking competition at Audit Palooza. So yes, it seems to still be happening. God, I'm so over these people. Like, I just can't anymore.
I wish I could have filmed it, because if you saw it, you would have had a freaking coronary. It would be on the goddamn news. That's where it would be, because it was insane. I've never seen anything like this on TV before. I've never seen it on another YouTube video. I've never seen it happen to Long Island Audit. So I don't know.
This has literally happened to Long Island Audit, to the point where he wrote the arresting deputy a public apology letter. And I've never seen this happen in court before. Well, when you're only watching your very curated, set of channels, yeah, you're not going to see that. It happens all the time on my page. You see sovereign citizens go to court, try to use this same argument, guilty. A few times a week it happens on my channel. Like, maybe you should stop watching a certain video, like certain videos from certain people, and using those as the standard when it's the outlier.
Long Island Audit do it in the beginning when he had no money and he didn't have money for a lawyer? How the hell did he, he had to do jail time and he had to
he pled guilty
do a week here, a weekend there. He had to get on probation. He had to go through all this shit. How did he do it in the beginning when he was just starting his channel?
Well, I can see your message now. I don't think I've seen any other messages, but I see that message that asks if I can see your message.
I don't know. Thank you guys for all your support. Thank you for watching the video again last night. I wanted everyone to see it and remember what happened, because it's from over a year ago. So, I'm sorry for smoking on here. I hate to do that because I'm trying to quit.
Then don't.
And it's really, really freaking hard, especially when I'm going through traumatic shit like this, because every time I saw that officer who drove my car, who put me in ankle shackles on top of the handcuffs, who searched me even though I begged him for a female officer to search me because I'm a rape survivor. And you know what? Officer Matthew Brennan, Pennsylvania State Trooper from Bucks County, Troop M. Matthew Brennan, what was I going to say now? I'm sorry. I have so many different things going in my head
Anything
about
crazy?
like everything that happened today.
And yeah, you brought up a good point. What was Sean Paul Reyes doing before he did all this shit? He was a felon. So yeah, he probably did some jail time. But I saw Paul enslaved. Yeah.
It was just a lot. And I look like shit. And I'm sorry. I've been crying and crying and I'm just a mess at this point. But thank you. I appreciate that. I just don't want to encourage anyone else to smoke. And no, I don't normally smoke one cigarette after another, but I'm in a really, really shitty mood, man. I just feel like nothing I did mattered. The whole 5 months I audited, what did it do besides give us...
It proved that you're extremely uneducated and gullible. That's what the last 5 months proved. Send Mark this stream because I can do that. Peg Leg Finance brought up a great point. A lot of these larger channels, if you noticed, when did they get their start? They got it during like the beginning of COVID when, from actual experience, no jail was holding any of these people. Where I worked, we would hold obviously like murder suspects, domestic violence, drunk drivers, and then if you had a crazy warrant that we picked up. But that was it. Everything else was, here's a ticket, Zoom court, bye. So that's why these guys got so popular. They're like, oh, this isn't happening because XYZ. I know the law. And it's like, no, it was during COVID. No one was being held in jail or arrested. Sorry.
What? Like, to all the other people auditing out there, like, I don't know how I'm supposed to, I can't do it because I'm on 6 months probation and not auditing is part of it. So, I don't know. The whole thing's fucked up. The whole thing's so fucked up. And I keep doing this, where I call the cops and I think they're gonna come in and like save the fucking day. Wrong. Fucking wrong.
Wrong.
It's very hard to deal with. It's very hard to deal with when you finally fucking realize that there's no way to beat the system. And there's no way to, like, hammer our rights into other people's minds that don't want to fucking hear it. So, I don't know what we're supposed to do.
The United States is a game. Generally specific, what's up? So, this whole thing, the United States is a game. The Constitution, statutes, laws of each state, ordinance of the city, those are the rules of how to win the game. And by winning the game, I mean not going to jail. It's really easy. They give you the answers to the tests. But for some reason, these people want to cheat and then get mad when there's consequences for cheating. It doesn't make any sense. Peg Leg Finance, why does she keep calling the cops? I'm just glad that she said cops instead of pigs again.
And I believed in this shit more than anything in my life. Because I've always wanted to make a difference. And I thought I would. This is, like, my channel, it used to be all about audits and stress testing our government agencies and our public servants and making sure they treat us the right way and with respect and follow the law. But apparently, police officers in Bucks County can do whatever the hell they want. Because Pennsylvania State Troopers have a lot more money and a lot more lawyers than I ever will. Well, who knows what will happen. But, I don't know. I'll talk to you guys now, because I'm sick of sitting here bitching. Aw, you playing the victim. Are you like an auditor?
So just so you guys know, from like here on out, I believe this is probably where I jumped in right after this. The chat is just lighting her up for being a victim. Going down, she'll talk about like almost sovereign citizen type shit. She'll talk about that and get made fun of. The whole chat, outside of like a few brain dead people, are just going after her for being an idiot. And this is her response like every single time.
Go fuck yourself, dude. I don't give a shit what you think about me. Learn to walk away. I know. Thank you, Jonathan. I know. When you watch my video that I just posted last night, I know. I can see it in the video when I should have ran to my fucking car. But I didn't realize.
No, Peg Leg Finance, you're correct. I always wanted to make a difference, so I go out and break the law and then make the world a more miserable place. She wants to change the world by going out and harassing people and trespassing where she doesn't belong. Like, how is that going to change the world? It's going to change your world. It's pretty clear that it's changed her world, but it's not going to change the world for anyone else. So it's like she's just being an idiot.
That asking a police officer where your police station is so I can file complaints on you for violating my constitutional rights, maybe that was pushing it. Oh well. They're my rights. They're our rights. And they're fading fast. I think they've been gone. I'm just realizing it now. Was there a verdict? Yes, there was. I got 6 months probation, and I got criminal trespass and disorderly conduct. And 6 months probation in a town that I live an hour and 10 minutes from. Okay, frauditors must go. I do agree that a lot of auditors never post their loses in court. And I think that's part of the problem, is that more people aren't coming on afterwards like I am and telling you guys the truth. Because after I post a video, there's a million people that comment and say, you got a lawsuit, or that cop's gonna lose his qualified immunity. Guess what? They do not. They do not, because no judge gives a fuck about our side.
No, it's because the judge cares about the law and not your feelings. Just because you feel like, oh, well, she even said, I studied law for like 5 months. I've been auditing for 5 months. Congratulations. The prosecutor and judge have been doing it their entire fucking adult life. Your 5 months are peanuts to them. Oh, it's a lawsuit. They're going to lose their qualified immunity. For what? Following the law? Like, maybe you should try it.
They don't care what we're doing. They don't care about auditors. They don't care about the First Amendment. They don't care about the Constitution. They don't care about the Pennsylvania Constitution, Article 1, Section 7, giving us freedom of press. She didn't give a shit about that. The judge said that what I'm doing isn't news gathering. Right. And she said, what did you just call this video? You called it a story? You called it news content? Are you serious? You're really trying to call this news? And I'm like, Your Honor, people across this country and around the world want to see what our government agencies are like. And
no one cares about the lady processing your driver's license. We just don't. Peg Leg Finance, maybe all the bootlickers telling you what the consequences were right all along. We tried to tell these people over and over and over. Even during COVID, we've told them, hey, once this whole thing's done, you guys are fucked. And then sure as shit, as soon as police departments open back up, prisons, jails open back up, what happens? Oh, everyone's getting convicted. Oh no, it's like we called it 2 or 3 years ago.
And as citizens, according to the Constitution, we have freedom of press, we have freedom of speech, we can peacefully protest, we can give government grievances. And guess what? Homeland Security put out a memo saying that in every single federal building across the country, and if it's PennDOT, yes, just because it's Pennsylvania state, they get federal grants, which makes them federal property. And in any federal government property
man, that's not how that works.
Across this nation, you can go in filming for news purposes in foyers, corridors, hallways, in any area that is not restricted.
I don't want to say ask DMA because that also happened almost the same time as this, but ask DMA how that went. I'm pretty sure his was a federal Social Security office and he got convicted. Turns out they can make anything a restricted area. If I want to say anything outside of this little space is restricted, congratulations. I think they should do everything by appointment only. Lock the building down and only let people in that need to be in. You can't protest inside of a, 1000%. It scrolled back too fast. I couldn't read the rest of it, but I'm assuming it said something like you can't protest inside of a DMV. Yeah. She gets stupider every time I see this. She's not smart. I think we've all come to that conclusion. She's not smart. Yeah, if she was a real auditor, she would just pull up her bootstraps and be out there tomorrow. But we know that she's not going to. I want her to start making AI-generated music personally. That's what I want. Every single word she said is complete bullshit. I believe you.
My lawyer brought that up. The judge didn't give a fuck. I don't hate my government enough? Dude, you don't know anything about me. See, that's the problem, is that I don't know about other people. I'll just talk for myself. I'm not anti-cops. I'm not. I'm for good cops. I'm for transparency in our government because when we have complaints about...
Chris, if you're trying to do the poster 7 thing, none of them seem to grasp that it's the entire thing, not just like the one sentence. And half the time they don't even finish the entire sentence. It's like 2 words. And they're like, see, I can do X, Y, Z. And it's like, well, that's not how that reads. Let me see here. I just saw a good one. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, maybe I'm just making things up. All right.
PennDOT. Who do we call? An 800 number, right? You got to be on hold for...
Shit, I remember what I was going to say. She's not anti-cop. She's pro-good cop. No, it's just like every other frauder. She only likes cops that let these people do whatever the fuck they want. Oh, you want to break the law and a cop lets you? That's the cop you like. People that hold you accountable, those are the people you don't like.
For an hour. You get to somebody, tell them what you have to do. You have to make a complaint, and they say, I don't know what to tell you. Like, there's no accountability. And I really, really thought that turning my camera on and bringing transparency into our government would lead to accountability, would lead to my arresting officer getting in some kind of trouble for breaking the law.
It's because he only broke the law in Fantasyland, where you seem to live. Did you send me that email? I'll go look for it real quick. I've been trying to do like 12 different things at once. Yeah, it only exists in Fantasyland. That's where he broke the law, in Fantasyland. Oh, I just wanted to bring transparency to the government. No, you're not in Congress. You're not trying to sneak a camera into the Supreme Court. You're trying to harass people processing driver's license. Like, for what?
And the only cops I call pigs are the ones that arrest me and put me in ankle shackles and handcuffs like a dog for peacefully protesting. Obviously, I haven't gone live for a very long time, so my mods aren't here to kick out the troll trash. So just try to ignore it like I have to do. Don't you realize your lawyers and judges have lunch together? My lawyer is from 5.5 hours away in Clarion, PA. Jack Treese. It's spelled like Choice. But, yeah, he's not friends with the judges. He's very much on our side. And he believes in the Constitution just like we do, in our constitutional rights. What doesn't matter, Christy? Our rights? Because what's going to happen when we have none left? It don't matter what. Me, our rights, what doesn't matter?
I know you guys just saw that sexy inhale and then blowing all the smoke directly at her camera. Oh God. If the teeth weren't off-putting enough, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. She has no mods to filter out her echo chamber. Yeah, 1000%. Yeah, I've never seen a dog in handcuffs or leg shackles. Accurate. Yeah, it's thanks for putting your lawyer on blast for being money hungry, and that's the only reason he took your case. My rights aren't going anywhere. If anything is happening, these people are the ones hurting your rights. And no, I haven't gotten an email from anyone. Somebody did. Dear Lord. So I still use the Buy Me Coffee for my coffee supplies. And somebody just bought me a coffee on Buy Me a Coffee, which is in the link of somewhere. Thanks for being you. Been here since you started your channel. It never gets old. Thank you.
And try writing a complete sentence, sweetheart.
It's a YouTube
Fed
chat.
lawsuit, they lose immunity. U.S. versus Cordova is different. Don't you realize you're like, did you graduate high school? Not only did I graduate high school, but I went to college too.
You notice how she said she didn't graduate college? And then somebody threw out there U.S. versus Cordova, which is hilarious.
Did you? Seriously, I'm telling you, your lawyer is not your friend. Honey, you don't know my lawyer, and you don't know me. So don't tell me anything about me or people I know. That's so ridiculous. Any fines payable? Not yet. I will find out when my new probation officer gets a hold of me. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate that. Okay, keep it up. I'm talking experience here. I'm not keeping anything up. I haven't audited in over a year. And I just talked from experience also that this is like a losing battle and I can't audit anymore. I thought I would be able to after this, but this just made me realize even more that it's like beating a dead horse. There's nothing I'm going to do about it unless I like win the lottery and win millions of dollars and can skate above the law like Donald Trump. Sorry, not just like him, like anyone with a lot of money. They just skate above the law and never get in trouble. Okay, well that's good. What was your battle about? Did you audit? Christy? I'm really curious. You don't have to state case law to me because I don't know it by heart. And when the live is over, I'm not able to look at these comments again. So unless I would like take notes, I'm not going to be able to see this later.
Oh, the case law that goes exactly against what you just spewed for the last 37 minutes. I'm not going to look that up. It's okay. Come on. Here goes the politics.
I very much hope you win your battle, Christy. That would be great. I know there's case law for each side, though, right? I mean, there's checks and balances put into place so that our community and our government works in a way that's cohesive. But our government has become a business, if you haven't noticed yourself, about the people coming in and out of jail and the people on probation. Do you know how much money they make? If someone, okay, how many people are on probation in Bucks County, Pennsylvania? Somebody Google it.
Hey, Mark, all I'm saying is normally I say you can fix them. You can't fix her, bud.
And now times that by $50. They've got to be making what, 50 grand a month just on probation charges? How fucked up is that? Our government has become a business. Our court
$50 a month times whatever for probation. Do you know what that pays for? The probation officer. For some reason, this is where she starts going full soft sit. For some reason, these people think that money is just being gathered together and going directly into their probation officer's pocket. It's like, no, that pays for any, more than likely, drug testing supplies, the probation officer himself, any supplies the probation officer needs. All that shit is paid for by those fees, which is why those fees exist. But she thinks someone somewhere is just like, oh, $50? $50 a pop, just in their pocket without seeing anything. Like, that's not how it works.
court system is a business.
Yeah, they're not
And it's
making big
fucked
money
up.
off probation. She fucked around and is still finding out.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Because it feels like nobody cares. It feels like nobody but like a few of us. Like, yeah, like Long Island Audit is very, very esteemed and like huge on YouTube. And he's YouTube famous. But like,
That's a stretch.
he's not worldwide famous. And it's a shame. Like, my lawyer tried to point out during my hearing that like there are no major media outlets going to PennDOTs and finding out why they're so overworked and have a line up the door. And
Yes, no major news organization, Fox News, CNN, they're not going to send someone to the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation to find out, oh, yep, they're processing driver's license. You know what we should do? We should harass them. No large news organization is going to do that because it breaks the law, so they're not going to do it. Still simping on Long Island Audit? Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's a felon. He's famous on YouTube. Congratulations.
you know how we can fix it, because I've emailed Governor Shapiro like probably 8 times, and like about my videos after every time I did a PennDOT, about how the people treated me, whether or not they closed down. But I have never been arrested on an audit before besides this one. So I don't know. It's not, it's open to interpretation, but there are certain laws that are supposed to stand. The judge doesn't.
That's not how the law works. Like, it's just not. There isn't, oh God, Peg Leg Finance, you're like living in my head right now, bro. There isn't case law for both sides. There is simply case law. It's the same thing with driver's license nonsense. Sovereign citizens look, oh, we have case law on our side. No, you don't. Sorry. Like, that's not how case law works. Probation officer in Pennsylvania salary is $47,000 a year. So they ain't getting rich off of your $50 fee.
Supposed to be able to go around laws and tiptoe wherever she wants to pick laws up and believe in them. It's like all or nothing. Either you believe in the Constitution and the laws that our entire society is based on, or you don't.
Yeah, her emails went right to the spam folder.
Oh my God, that is so funny that you said that, Christy, because I had something happen like a week and a half ago, and I called the police, and I never should have. They made everything 1,000 times worse. I will never make that mistake again. And I know what you mean. They don't care about domestic violence. And isn't it messed up that even a woman who is being abused, if she records her abuser, you know, yelling at her, whatever, that she can be sued for the Pennsylvania wiretap law? When anyone, an auditor, anybody, records a private conversation without telling the other person that you are being recorded, then in Pennsylvania, you will be charged with the Pennsylvania wiretap law, and that comes with jail time. It's like, it's a really big deal. So you have to be very, very careful. And I kept explaining that I'm not after personal information, that you can go through any of my videos. If I was after personal information, would I come in there with my phone this big in front of my face, recording everyone? No. I would come in with a camera this freaking big from GoPro on my sunglasses, and I'd get all the personal information I wanted. Why would I come into a government facility where cops are coming and say, hey, like, why? It makes no sense. Okay, frauditors must go. Do you think that the Supreme Court gives judges too much power? They took your car from your driveway? Guess what they did to me? I was auditing PennDOT. It was a strip mall. My car was parked in front of a weed dispensary. And the cop, while I was in cuffs in the backseat of his car, said, I am going to have to drive your car from that facility over to the police station. Because if I let you go back there, that would be trespassing. So I have to drive your car.
I'm curious. She keeps saying, I can't ever go back to PennDOT at that location for the rest of my life. I'm actually curious if she's not only not allowed at that specific place, but if she was trespassed from the entire strip mall. Because it's not like a shock if a frauditor would leave that little tidbit of information out, but it kind of seems like she may have been trespassed from the entire strip mall.
And I'm in the back of the seat, handcuffed, crying. And I'm like, don't you need a warrant to search or even touch my car? And he's like, why? What am I going to find in it? That was my reply. I told the judge all this. She didn't give a shit. She said, what? That cop did you a favor by driving your car to the police station to help you? Like, bitch, you think that cop got...
Yeah, there's a reason they're not auditing the city dump. And they're also on the flip side, that's also the same reason that they're not, trying to audit the Pentagon or Area 51. They know what they're doing is illegal, but they're trying to weasel their way into places that they think no one cares about. But the dump is not interesting enough. You can't really harass anyone at the dump.
In my car and searched it and then drove it to do me a favor after arresting me? Like, it was like they wanted logic on my side, but there was no logical argument on theirs. It was insane. It was absolutely insane. And I wish I had a fucking camera in there. Don't start learning laws. Also go after the cop training. I'm thinking about doing public sidewalk audits and doing more of like an Amagaset Press kind of thing, where I'm like in a cool place and we can look at cool stores. And then,
Java Man, Georgia Transparency didn't harass people at the landfill. The landfill is his home. But no, please go the Amagaset Press route. Please start pepper spraying random people so that we can all cover it. Start, I don't know. I can't wait for you to end up in the back of a car crying, telling the officer, you'll do anything to get out of these cuffs. Like, I can't wait. Yeah, like, even if they did find something in her car, it doesn't seem like they charged her with anything car related. Like, it literally seems like they took it from A, where she was trespassed, to B, the police department, where she was going to get released from. But because she wants to make her story more dramatic, here we are.
Stress test things from that angle where I don't ever get fucking arrested again.
Bet.
I don't know. I don't know. There's a channel, I think her name is I'm a Dog Too, and it's this live chick. And
so this is something that I'm thinking she's going to go towards, and it's not going to make her any money, so she's going to drop this too. But I'm just listen to it and you're going to say, oh, yes, she's definitely going to try this in the future.
She's a little older than me, but I don't think by much. And she's got blonde hair and she's very pretty. And she has a really cool live that she does like 3 times a day or something. And all she does is go on and she's just there to chat with people who want to chat or hang out, whatever. And she'll smoke a bowl or smoke like her bong or whatever. And it's a cool channel. Her name is I'm a Dog Too. And she does lives like 3 times a day. Check it out. It's really cool. And anyways, she does lives 3 times a day for about an hour each time, and she makes $3,000 a month. So, if you have something to talk about, or if you just want to chat, start a channel. How cool would that be if, like, a lot of us had channels and, like, could all talk about our lives, where we live, show where we live, whatever. It would be really cool. So, I'm trying to look into, like, I want to change the world. I want to make things better. I want to help. I don't know. What do we do to reset our government and change it? Because it was a business to begin with. Like in England, when they had, the judges, were from kings. They were appointed down from kings. And the judges had way too much power. And that's why we moved our asses over here to what became the United States.
That's... Oh, God. Oh. Another frauditor who just basically made up history. Like, I can't deal with it. But yeah, she's going to go and she's going to try to stream because she thinks, oh, if I put 3 hours a day into doing a stream, 3 times a day, I'm going to get $3,000. And then when she ends up with bupkis, like, she's not going to get anything. She's going to get like 3 cents and be like, why aren't you guys giving me money for no reason? So, okay, I've heard people or saw people talking about this in the chat. What's up with her son? She has a son? I'll play it and you guys can tell me the story of her son.
Like, it's really crazy, the history of, like, judges and where their power came from. The rich and the kings. So, it's crazy.
Yes, exactly. We moved because of the judges and we took the English common law with us. Doesn't make any sense.
Like, I'm really concerned about our rights. I am. It's we the people, and they're fading. And I guess our rights are pretty much gone. I mean, our free speech rights are gone. And then how do you tell the difference in between free speech and hate speech? That's like a whole nother deal. And then who makes the decision? Excuse me, a judge? The Supreme Court judge? Like, it just seems to me like a lot of people have way too much power, unchecked power. And that's why bringing transparency into our government leads to accountability. Because there's no boss sitting over a cop all day making sure he does his job right. I guess that's the job of the judge when we come in with a lawsuit.
So this is what she wants. She wants a cop to be in the car with his boss sitting in the back seat, with the boss's boss sitting in the trunk in a vicious circle. Like, who's going to pay for that? She's not going to pay for that. It just doesn't make any sense, honestly. Like, the officer is doing his job. When the officer gets his case to court, you'll see if he did his job or not. If you get convicted, guess what? The officer did his job and you're just an idiot. Yeah, what you're doing leads to more laws. It's going to be like a conga line of, I'm watching you do your job, and this person's watching me do my job, and you're watching that person do their job, watching me do my job, watching you do your job. Like, it's, I don't even know, conga line-ception. Yeah, Penguin Zero makes millions, so I'm just going to randomly stream stuff, talk about whatever, and that's her, like, life plan. Like, it makes no sense.
but then the judge is biased and just takes their sides because she works them every day anyway and sees them in court, the cops all the time, and they're like best buddies.
Judges
So
don't
I
care.
don't know why I expected anything different. I keep doing this and putting my trust in these people that just end up letting me down and break my heart into like 5 trillion pieces because I've always been about wanting to change things for the better. And I'm trying to find a way to do that. And I thought it was auditing, but obviously not. I don't know. I had to think about all this. You have to remember, I've been in court all day. I like need to eat. I need to like think. I'm still.
Oh, Lord. So Yvonne Kush Queen for 5 gifted membership. What's up? Welcome to the party. Didn't she just say she ate some ice cream and that's why her teeth are so fucked up? So I guess that was a lie. I caught several government agencies breaking the law in my work. Not one video needed. Yeah. Yeah, so it turns out, again, where I worked, I did a lot of court shit. Judges do not care if you are best friends or if you're mortal enemies. If you are legally correct, they're going to rule in your favor. Because at the end of the day, if they just want to help out their friends and they keep ruling against the law, they're not going to be a judge much longer. That's just the facts.
On like adrenaline from being in court and being questioned all day by every single person in the courtroom that the judge just it was a circus. It was a circus and it was awful.
And her history books are filled with the same shit Lucky Lab Top News' law books are filled with. Nothing. They're fucking empty.
How are you guys doing tonight? I look.
Oh, you missed it. She's back on the drugs, Kfar. Look at her teeth. They're disgusting. She tried to make the claim that her teeth are so fucked up currently because she just ate some, what she thought was expired Reese ice cream. That's why her teeth are so messed up. Like, I eat ice cream regularly. It's one of my favorite things. Teeth are fine. Been doing it for going on 34 years.
Awful. My teeth are awful. Don't look at them. No, it's not meth mouth. I've heard so many people say that. No, I do not use meth. I never did. This happened because I was eating ice cream and I bit down on a peanut butter cup that must have been way too frozen and it cracked my eye tooth and the front of my front tooth. It pulled my eye tooth right out and the front of my teeth are all screwed up and my dentist can't see me for like a month. So that's that. Please check out Patrick Henry's Liberty or Death speech. I suggest a spoken version. Okay, I will. Thank you, Jonathan. It was, by the way, it was really nice seeing all you guys like on my video last night. I think it only got like 2.5 thousand views or something, but it made me feel like, you know, a lot of you still.
Wait, what? Ice cream is frozen? Yeah, turns out. In her 46 years on Earth, she did not know that. It literally looks like she's been chewing on shit-covered gravel her entire 46 years. Here in Utah, one federal judge hates the federal government with passion. He made terrible rulings against. God damn it. You folks keep commenting so quickly, I can't read the chat. Hopefully this doesn't happen again, because this is just absolutely ridiculous. Here in Utah, one federal judge hates the federal government with passion. He made terrible rulings against the government. The 10th Circuit overturned him so much that he chilled out somewhat. So he's the, oh my God, what's the guy from Parks and Rec? He's the Ron Swanson of the federal judges. But yeah, that's what happens. If a judge makes such an egregious error for ruling with their friends, the appellate court can just be like, yeah, no, you're wrong. Do better. There we go.
They care who I am and what's going on. And I appreciated that. So thank you. It made me feel really good. Thank you. Me, my drone, and I.
Sorry, I keep stopping it, but you know what? You know what would be more transparent? If she recorded her dentist visit. That would get her views. This shit, not so much.
I'm really upset and everything because this just happened. I need like a couple days to process it and figure out how I'm gonna move forward and what I'm gonna do. If they don't have first-hand knowledge, they're not allowed to speak about anything. You must tell this to your attorney. He knows. You only got so many days to appeal. Yeah, my attorney is appealing everything tomorrow. Good to see citizens are fighting back against frauditors. Dude, can I just remove you from here? There we go. Oh, shit. Alright, that troll trash is gone. I didn't realize I could just do that. I thought I needed a moderator. Oh, hey, McFishy, what's up? You're such a sweetheart.
Okay, so I tried to comment. I don't think she's going to read any of my comments because I believe I'm blocked. If you remember a debacle that happened for her probably 5 months ago, she put out a comment or a community post about hating the police. And now here's where you guys are just going to fall on the ground laughing. I made a comment. Me, KFAR, this random white guy right here. I made a comment and she said that because I was clearly black, I should hate the police. And then I'm like, you might want to check again, sweetheart. And then she deleted her comment. So I'm thinking I'm blocked.
You guys are way too nice to me sometimes. What's up, Angry Vet? What's up? I should have reached out to you and had you meet me at the courthouse in Doylestown today. It would have been a good story for anybody. I know. Oh, okay, Richard. These are all the guys that I learned from to start auditing to begin with. And it got me.
These are all the guys I learned from to start auditing. A guy who just got convicted like the day before you. A guy who was a felon before he started frauding and regularly gets convicted. What? Yeah, that's. She told me that I was black, and I was like, damn, that's the first time I've ever heard that.
Like so far, but I obviously needed to do a lot more reading and a lot more research on the law myself. In the last year, I learned a lot. And when I watched this video from over a year ago of my audit, I felt embarrassed because I've learned so much about the law since then, and I'm not the fucking idiot that I was then.
No, you're still the
I
idiot.
just jumped into it, man. I just jumped into it because I wanted to make a difference. But I don't know.
Now the angry vet is going to change his name to the slightly peeved vet. I don't think it rolls off the tongue the same, but that's what he's going to have to go to.
No. Yeah, I agree, Tim. I know. I understand how people call it a fraudit because of it like kind of pushing a situation to happen. But don't you understand that we're stress testing our government and
No, you're intentionally breaking the law for money and then expecting people to give you money to fight your court cases. Hence why we call you frauditors. No, because we're stress testing. No, you're breaking the law on camera. Like, know your place. Oh yeah, Ed, I'm actually trespassed from Michigan, so I have to move.
whether they know about our rights or not? Don't you think that's important? Or you think that's just who gives a shit? I mean, if another person assaults me, I mean, they get maced in the face by me, I guess. I mean, self-defense, right? Oh my god, thank you, Sam. That means a lot to me. It was a really hard day.
The perturbed
I
vet.
have a dab, you douchebag. Sorry, guys. I don't have a moderator because I haven't gone live in so long. So I have to remove this crap myself. Soon we walk in the footsteps of our forefathers. I'm agreed. I wasn't before, but I am now.
The forefathers, the founding fathers of America, would have put almost every single frauditor on the ground if they treated their parents, wife, children, significant other. If these frauditors treated those founding fathers' family members the way that they treat people now, you would have never seen these frauditors again. Like George Washington would have just started stacking bodies.
I agree, Joko. I agree. I don't have one of them. I'm getting rid of the one I have, so. Thank you. It means a lot to me for you guys to say that I'm not alone and that, you understand and agree.
Yeah, keep auditing. Yeah, fight the good fight. Keep auditing.
It was really hard. It was a really hard case. Our forefathers, some of them were criminals. Not all of them. Alright, asshole. I'll remove you.
Are those Virginia's little
See how easy that is? Stupid ass fucking trolls with no fucking life.
So I looked up the definition of like internet troll. Frauditors and sovereign citizens like doing what they do, they fall under the definition of trolls. Telling you, hey, yeah, you broke the law, here's the consequences, is not being a troll. That's telling you factual information. And if you'd have listened to that factual information, you wouldn't have just got convicted of a crime. Is she wearing her Halloween costume?
I love how everyone thinks they know me. You don't understand who I am, what I do for work, who my friends are, who I hang out with, who I vote. You don't understand me at all, so don't try. You can ask me and I'll tell you, but don't tell me who I am. I know who I am. Thank you. Yes, Tim, I've noticed this
Well, whatever we did, it just fixed my chat. So now I can take that off the screen. That's exciting. Let's do it this way. I'll go up there with Rage Girl Radio. Maybe. There we go. Okay. 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left.
Thinks they know me. You don't understand who I am, what I do for work, who my friends are, who I hang out with, who I vote. You don't understand me at all, so don't try. You can ask me and I'll tell you. But don't tell me who I am. I know who I am. Thank you. Tim, I've noticed this too. It's I've talked to a lot of auditors, a lot of them if I should start up again. And a lot of them said absolutely not. Absolutely.
Can you hear her? All I need to know if you can hear her. I can do without the got to. Great. All right. Let's try to get this back. Might actually be better to show her video without her actual picture. All right. And now you can hear it, but you can't see it.
Not, especially not a female, because it was really cool like a year ago, a little over a year ago, but it has gotten so bad in the last year, and it seems like police are getting, police and judges are getting more on the same page as far as auditors. Do you ever think of just getting a job? I have one, dumbass. How do you think I make money? Like what? Be sure to stand your ground and be strong. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. Auditing is very expensive. If I got lucky because Chili from Delete Laws got my lawyer for me to work pro bono. And even though he had to come here from 5.5 hours away, back and forth, and stay in a hotel, he paid for all that shit himself. He took my case and has worked on it for the last year. And driving 5.5 hours to get here to do this for me because he believes in the Constitution and our rights so much. Says David Court sucked today. Let's get.
So turns out, frauditing isn't expensive. Taking a phone, which you already have, on the free YouTube channel that you created, going to a random business and harassing people, it takes zero money. Gas money, that's about it. When you get held accountable, that's when the kind of gets pricey. Dear Lord, who just gifted? Average Peeps gifted 20 memberships. Oh, shoot. Thank you.
Get rid of police body cam. He's a jerk off. See you, sweetheart. You dodged jail time? How?
By not getting jail time?
Victoria, we're kind of not anything right now. I plan on leaving when the lease is up on April 12th. We've been together for 20 years. And some shit happened lately, and I've just been thinking about things, and I'm getting older, obviously. And I'm thinking about things a little differently, so I don't know what will happen to me. But yeah, I'm going through shit from like every angle.
Yvonne Kush Queen, member for 6 months.
Right. It's hard. I'm not sure what we should do, or I don't know. I don't know what to do about any of it.
Stop breaking the law.
That's okay. I'll be okay. I'll figure out something to do. I like making videos, and I don't know. Thank you, Rain. I remember you. Okay. I'll do that. I'm going to be heading out in about 3 minutes. It's been a long freaking day, but I promised you guys that I go live today and let you know what happens, so I wanted to. I'm going to try to go live at least 3 times a week. We'll see what happens. Good. The fact that a judge doesn't know, that shows how fucked up shit is. Agreed. Agreed. She told me that we don't have that recording in federal buildings is not a constitutionally protected activity. She said we don't have that right at all, and that if you're walking into a PennDOT and there's a sign on the front that says no recording inside, that is fact, that is law, and you got to follow it. That's what the judge said, even though there's no statute or law or
U.S. Cordova makes it very clear. An average peeps gifted 10 memberships. Thank you.
judge's order attached to the no recording sign. See, we all know that it's not constitutionally protected, right? Those signs. But everyone else on the other side has a whole other opinion. Oh, the movie show, did they move it to 25 feet in Florida for cop watching? I know, I guess they did that in Arizona, right? I know that DirectD, oh my gosh, like, yeah, over a year ago when I was like talking to him, like, was having a lot of problems. Thank you, Angry Vet. I know you have my email, and I have your email address too. I'll have to get back to you. $38 months for filming a school. He did not get charged with filming, but professional voyeurism. Oh, because it was children. Yeah, 25 feet is really far to be away from a police officer during.
This is where these people, let me make sure I'm not muted. This is where these people have absolutely no common sense. 25 feet with a camera that was made anytime in the last 5 years, that's not very far at all. When it comes to the 21-foot rule, that's 4 extra feet. 4 extra feet that the officer will probably need if somebody wants to kill them. But because police officers don't matter to this fucking lowlife scumbag, 25 feet's very far away from a police officer. Shut the fuck up.
A traffic stop or whatever. Not just cop watching, it is all first responders, and you can't film in a police station. Holy shit. Our police stations say you can't record, but when I've gone inside and questioned it, they just kind of were like, and didn't really say anything or do anything about it. You did hear about DMA going to prison for 2 weeks. DMA? I don't know a lot of new auditors because I haven't been watching over the last year. I'm working on creating a 25-foot wide hoop. You're so funny, April Rain. I remember you. You were always funny. Nobody goes to prison for 2 weeks. That's jail. True. Okay, well, people that were talking about it, I mean, we gotta hook up. I mean, when there's more of us in numbers, I think we have more of a chance of not getting arrested. But anyone who wants to...
So what she just said is if we bring a gang of frauditors, they're not likely to single out one of us and arrest us. Because why? Because the rest of you will do something fucking violent. Average Peeps gives another 10 memberships. Thank you. Yeah, DMA is apparently new to her.
to talk about this or whatever, my email address is ragegirlradio@yahoo.com. So you can reach out if you'd like to. I don't know. I gotta go. I'm so tired. I've been up since really, really early and dealing with this crap all day. So, J-Town Press got 6 months? When? Is she in there now? Holy shit. That's crazy, Victoria. That's crazy. See, I haven't kept up with the whole auditing world since I stopped. I needed to, like, get away from it and take a break from it. She's on appeal. Holy crap. 6 months. That's a long time. This is what I mean. It's like we're all going down. All of us. And
Yes, because you're recording yourself breaking the law. You know how nice it is for a prosecutor to be like, oh yeah, not only did they break the law, they recorded themselves doing it. Turns out it's really easy to prosecute at that point. Sorry if you guys keep seeing me lean forward. I'm at this point paranoid about my mic being muted.
I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. Oh my god, that's crazy. All right, guys, I gotta go. I am so tired. I've been up since really, really early. I look like crap. I feel like crap. I need to go cry in my pillow and dream about a world where, like, things are fair and people are nice and judges are nice and cops are nice, you know? Who would think, right? Yeah, if we don't, obviously they're picking us off one by one. So if we don't come together, nothing's gonna happen. So let's try to do that. Let's try to come together. Let's try to make a difference. I love you guys. Thank you for your continued support. I'm going to be doing videos. I've started making soap. My store's going to be opening with like jewelry I make and the soap I make and all that stuff. So you can support my channel if you want. If you don't want, whatever, just come look. I'm going to be.
So she went from frauditing to down the sovereign citizen rabbit hole to, oh, I have a job. I make soap and I make jewelry. Oh, I just saw something. How are all the new fishes? Well, my gigantic rainbow shark died. So that's exciting. I cleaned the tank and now the little fish are happy. They're out doing their thing, not scared of the giant fish anymore. Yeah, judges are really nice when you aren't a raging asshole who breaks the law for content.
Be like out and about, and I live in a city now. So I thought I would take you guys like maybe on walks with me, like downtown, and I could show you some cool places to like eat, stuff like that. And
she better not start doing sidewalk audits. I'd be pissed.
Do more of an Amagaset Press kind of sidewalky audit kind of thing. That's what I'm thinking. But who knows? But I love you guys. Thank you so much for everything and all your support and everything everyone's done for me and said to me. I love you very, very much. I always have. I've missed you all so much, and I'll be getting out there. I can't audit, but I'll figure out another way, whether I do like the Sidewalks 22. Have you ever watched him? Like that kind of thing, but we'll see what happens. But I will be talking to you guys more, and I won't look so awful like I've been crying all day, because I have been. And I love you so much, and reach out to me by email, and love you guys. Have a good night. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you again soon. Look out for my lives, and love you guys. Peace, and don't look at my freaking teeth. Bye.
Okay. Well, that's that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to get off here now because I have things to do. I always seem to have things to do now. Yeah, she doesn't live near me. She lives several states away. Yet after doing this, she deleted it. Yeah. Oh, God. All right. like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I have to make a video for like all of the channels tonight. I did find one video that I think you guys will enjoy tomorrow. It's a random guy tried to pull over a police officer and arrest her during his traffic stop that he decided to do on her. And then he ran from the scene and eventually got caught somewhere else. So look out for that video tomorrow. But yeah, we're going to try something else so that I can actually catch all of me talking at the end instead of just saying bye and then getting it clipped off. I guess bye, and we'll see how this works.